The sun rises over Mexico like it always has. Warm, golden, full of promise. Street vendors set up their carts. Children in uniforms race down narrow sidewalks. Music drifts through open windows. Life moves forward. But beneath the sunlight, shadows stretch long. In forgotten towns and crowded cities, fear whispers louder than laughter. The drug trade, fueled by demand far beyond the border, feeds powerful cartels who rule through silence and violence. Families are torn apart. Young men are given impossible choices: join, run, or disappear. In places like Culiacan and Ciudad Juarez, stories are written not just in ink, but in loss. Sirens replace lullabies. Murals of the missing cover concrete walls. Mothers march with photographs pressed against their hearts. Yet this is not only a story of crime, it is a story of resilience. Of journalists who refuse to be silenced. Of families who light candles in defiance. Of communities that still gather in plazas, under string lights, daring to celebrate life. Because even in the grip of cartel violence, Mexico is more than its headlines. It is courage. It is culture. It is people who wake up every morning and choose hope over fear. And this is where our story begins.
Starting route to Mexico border.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Tan Nguyen. A lot of people know me as Tong in Burmese name. I've been wanting to go to Tijuana for so long. The reason is that I have a very close friend. His name is Rio. He's Japanese. I have a Japanese friend. His name is Rio. We used to work together back in Pioneer Electronics, and then he moved to Tijuana, and then he lives in Tijuana right now. So he's been living there for over 5 to 10 years. He's local. He speaks, of course, Japanese, and then he can also speak Spanish and the English. So he lived there. So he been wanting me to go there. So anyway, so that's how the trip gets started. So my another boss, his name is Masa Sakamoto. He texted me, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to be in Ensenada, and he was like, he just informed me, that's all. And then in this case, oh man, Rio said, hey, let's go meet up Masa in Ensenada. So, and then we end up, I started making some plan, and I called George, hey George, I'm going to go to Tijuana, you want to come, let's go. And then George said like, yeah, let's go, and that's the reason that we end up going to Tijuana, yeah.
There we go.
Hell yeah, good food, Tijuana, or not only the good food, the foods are so cheap, inexpensive. You get it like fresh, and then also the seafood and Corona beer by the beach, only $3. Can't beat that, it's fresh seafood. The foods are so expensive. We eat all kind of food, man. Local food, street food, everywhere, so the food is like no question. Another thing about the good food, it reminds me of Burma, my country. They have those roasted corn. Yeah, you can get those kind of stuff over there on the street. So I had like a couple of them. And the food is no question. Seafood, lobster, crab, fish, tacos, man. That's the best taco on the street. Yeah, those are badass, man. It's good food. Yeah, those are the few things, I've been there for many years, and this time I had a chance to go. Masa going, George going, Rio is there waiting for me, so let's go, why not, you know? Ensenada, Ensenada is about a couple of hours from Tijuana to go over there. The road from Tijuana to Ensenada is pretty much straight up. It is a lot of nice views, you know, you can see a lot of, you know, you driving nice route, you know, you can see beaches along the route. There's a lot of few toll gates. When we get to Ensenada, Ensenada is known for the cruise ship coming down, people in and out, you know, so they are known for that. In Ensenada, that was my first time though, to been to Ensenada, never been there though. So when we were in Ensenada, Rio took us to one of the oldest bar in one of, I guess, the downtown. So it was pretty cool, you know, the local hangout there, tourists there too, local tourists, and then they also have a light there, you know, we're there, yeah. The day that we are coming back, the plan was to get to the border before noon to avoid traffic at the border. We end up going to Nature Spring Spa for relaxation. By the time we finish, it's already past noon time. When we get to the border, we see a lot of people are running and Mexican police are acting weird. And we don't know what's happening.
Breaking news, Mexico's most wanted fugitive, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, leader of the feared Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, has reportedly been killed during a large-scale security operation, according to initial government sources. Explosions have been reported in multiple areas, with vehicles set ablaze and heavy smoke rising above city streets. Armed clashes between security forces and suspected cartel members have triggered widespread panic as gunfire echoes through several neighborhoods.
At the same time, our bus was leaving and we have to chase the bus to get to the border.
crossed the border with our hearts still racing, the danger of the night fading behind us. For a moment, we had come too close to the shadows, a reminder that Mexico's cartel violence is real. But that wasn't the Mexico we carried home. We remembered the warm smiles in Tijuana, the street tacos shared under neon lights, the ocean sunset in Ensenada painted in gold and fire. We saw resilience in the people, pride in the culture, and beauty that no headline could erase. Yes, we nearly didn't make it. But Mexico is more than its struggles, and despite the fear, it was worth it.